So today we will be taking a look at the brand new turn-based gacha game developed by Project Moon, and that is of course Limbus Company. This game has a lot of things going for it, as well as some interesting gameplay mechanics. So in this video, I will be doing my first impressions, and we will also be going over some of the interesting features in this game. But first, a quick word from today's video sponsor, Bluestacks. Are you sick and tired of squinting at your tiny phone screen when you play your favorite games? Then now is a good time to upgrade your gaming experience with Bluestacks, the leading Android emulator for PC. With Bluestacks, you can enjoy all the benefits of playing on the bigger screen with stunning graphics and faster performance. Bluestacks comes with a lot of neat features like customizable macros, eco mode, and a multi-instance feature that will help you reroll accounts easier. So it's the perfect application you can use to play Limbus Company on PC. So definitely check out Bluestacks using my link in the description below. It has always been my go-to emulator, and when you use Bluestacks, it also supports the channel. But with that being said, let's get on with the content. So the first thing I want to go over is about rerolling. I know that some of you might want to reroll for the best possible account you can get, and thankfully Limbus Company actually has a convenient feature that will help you reroll easier. If you are not satisfied with the account that you have, you simply have to go to settings, click on account, scroll down until you see the small text that says close account, and you can simply type Limbus Company. And when it comes to which ones to reroll for, a lot of people recommend to reroll until you get at least 2 egos or maybe even 3. So try to aim for that when you reroll. But I personally don't like to reroll because I find it more fun to figure out the things in the game with the initial cards that are given to me. But that is just personal preference. And as far as I know, rerolling will only work for the mobile version of Limbus Company. This game has a Steam version, but whenever you reset your account, it still keeps the progress. So if you want to reroll, you either have to be on your phone, or you can use Bluestacks if you want to do it on PC. Link in the description below. And on the topic of rerolling, I do want to mention that this is a very new game. And I'm bringing this up because I don't want you to waste your time looking at quote-unquote tier lists to see which characters you should go for, because nobody knows what the meta is for this game. As far as I know, this game did not have a public testing phase, and no content creator was given early access to it. Everyone playing is basically just trying out the waters in this game, so no one has a perfect understanding of how the game's meta plays out. I'm saying this because I just don't want you to waste your time and get clickbaited by the so-called tier lists early into the game. I would say that the players will somewhat have a good idea on how the meta looks like around a week or two from the game's release. But even then, there's still a chance that things might not be definite. So I recommend you to explore the game yourself and see what you think works best and what will give you the best experience. Now when it comes to the combat system, the beginner tutorial covers a lot of things and it's pretty easy to follow, but not everything was covered. So we will be going over some of the important things to keep in mind, mainly going over the character mechanics. To start things off, let's take a look at the character screen. You can form a team of up to 5 characters, but it's not as simple as going for the ones with the highest rarity or choosing whichever one. How this works is that each of the characters provide and also require specific types of affinities. And affinities are basically the character skills or simply these icons with the different colors. For example, we can take a look at my third character, Dawn. After you select the character, it will show you the different affinities that they give and the ones that they need. For this case, she gives her team 3 of the yellow affinities and 2 of the wind affinities. And then she also needs 2 of the orange ones and 2 of the ones with the blue sword icons. The affinities are named after the 7 deadly sins, but I will refer to them with their icon or color to make it easier for you to follow along. With that said, I basically just have to look for the other characters who can give her the affinities that she needs, and preferably, also the ones that need the affinities that she provides. Also keep in mind that you can check and see if you have any other types of identities for your characters, because the different identities provide and require different affinities. So now you might be asking why you need to do this, and the answer is quite simple. Each character has something called an ego, which is basically their ultimate skill. And the character can only use their ego once you are able to use all of the required affinities. For example, Dawn's ego will cost 2 orange affinities and 2 blue ones. So after using 2 orange and 2 blue affinities, she will then be able to change her next skill into an ego skill. You just have to tap and hold on her character icon, and you should be able to select her ego. So during your next turn, you can just trace down to that affinity and the character will use it. So the combat is pretty simple. You just have to strategize your way into building up your affinities to be able to use an ego. And you also just have to connect as many similar colors as possible. There are a lot more mechanics in the game, but I feel like they do a great job at explaining how it all works when you first encounter it in the game. So definitely take your time and read the descriptions for the game mechanics so that you won't feel lost later on. And as you progress into the game, you will also be able to unlock passive skills and support abilities that will further improve your team's performance in combat. Passives are basically the character skills that are applied when you have them in your team, and a support ability is basically a skill that is applied to your team regardless if the character is in your team or not. One more thing I want to mention is that the combat is not strictly just the connect the colors type of mechanic, because you will also encounter a different type of combat once you are near the end of the first chapter. Overall, I would say that this is actually one of the more interesting turn-based games out right now. And if it matters to you, you can actually skip the story if you want to focus more on the combat gameplay. This is a big plus for me because I'm not a fan of gacha games that shove their story down your throat. But with that said, that is everything I have for Limbus Company and my first impressions. Definitely try this game out, and if you want to play the game on PC, I recommend that you check out my link in the description below so you can start rerolling even if you're playing on PC. As always, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.